More national titles on the line as we welcome you back to the Ocean Breeze Athletic Complex here on New York Staten Island. It's time for the Nike Men's 1500. Just saw Nicky Hiltz get the double. That's what Hob Kessler wants to do. He's already won the 3,000. Now the 1500's on offer.
Well, he's only 21 years old. He's won a World Championship road mile title. He's won bronze at the indoors last year and 5th in the Olympic Games. And yet until last night, he had not won a national title. So that was a big breakthrough for Hobbs Kessler. He's an excellent runner.
Here's Vincent Ciotti.
Ciotti was 4th at the Olympic trials last summer. That dreaded position, watched the Americans go off to the Olympics and finish 1st, 3rd, and 5th at the Olympic Games. I'm always interested in what athletes do in the year after that. I'm sure he does not want to be left off that team this year, and it's left him more determined and focused than ever.
You see Henry Wynn there in the pink and yellow top. Sam Prakel is in this final. Joe Wascombe.
Stand up. Green card.
If you were with us a little earlier, you heard Hobbs Kessler tell our Lewis Johnson he's working on his strategy and his race tactics. And let's see what tactics he employs here in this Nike Men's 1500 final.
Well, Kessler really just studies the sport. I've been so impressed with him the last 2 years. He's really put himself in situations where he was uncomfortable to really learn how to race and how to read a race. We know he's talented. We know he has the ability to run fast, but he really was working on honing in those racing skills, and it's paid off. He made the Olympic team in not only the 1500, but the 800 as well.
Two-time NCAA 1500-meter champion Joe Wascombe, who turned pro last year. He goes out pretty quick early on, but it is Hobbs Kessler who takes the lead of this field very early.
And you know, Kessler is such a good athlete, but he's not usually the one we're all watching. We're usually watching Cole Hawker or Yard Naguse, and so this isn't a chance for Hobbs Kessler to really take the reins and show that he is one of the very best 1500-meter runners in the world, if not the United States, and to really put a stamp on that this weekend.
With the headband on is Ben Allen, who made a move nice and early. He's coming up there with Sam Prakel. Hobbs Kessler looks calm, looks steady and stable.
He looks very good. Honestly, I'm a little surprised. I thought he might just sit back here and try to work on tactics, but he's decided to go to the front and really control this race, which is a new place for him to be. I like that he's doing this. This really will help stretch him as an athlete. So he's gone straight to the front, and look at the single file line behind him. Everyone is just following Kessler's lead.
And about mid-pack, you'll see hip number 1. That's Eric Holt, who was a big story for us at last year's US Olympic track and field trials. He is a New Yorker. So let's see if he can perform well at home. There he is there in that orange and pink top. Just on the rail, not far behind Ben Allen. There's Eric. Running with Henry Wynn. Here comes Sam Prakel. Prakel decides to turn up the pace a little bit.
And Prakel's an excellent indoor racer. He won this race in 2023. He was the national champion in the 1500 and the 3000, like Kessler's trying to do right now. The pace isn't significantly fast, so I think now we see everyone bunching, and we're starting to see people make some moves. Sam Prakel's getting up there and trying to get this race going a little bit.
In the red top, Aiden Ryan. He wants the shot at the front as he moves ahead of Ben Allen. And then Derek Johnson in the yellow and green. He's on the rail. There's Derek. He's in the mix as well.
Well, every time someone comes up on Kessler's shoulder, he picks up the pace. He is not relenting that first place position here.
Joe Wascombe made a move, but then he's back a little bit into about 6th place. And they're 2 laps from home.
Once again, Prakel went up on the outside of Kessler, and you could visually see him shift into a faster gear. He wants to go gun to wire on this race, and he's looking with his eyes to the outside to see who's left. And at this point, really only Prakel is there challenging him, but we see Ciotti trying to move up and into that 3rd position.
2 years ago, Sam Prakel won the double, the 1500, 3000 double at the indoor titles. 1 to go, there's the bell. Can Hobbs Kessler do the same here in 2025?
Prakel has really been pushing him, but running on the outside there, therefore running further distance. Now we really see them now digging deep. Kessler is breathing hard and pushing for this last 100 meters.
Hobbs Kessler had to launch himself at the line to win the 3000 last night. It's not going to be that close here. Look, he's grimacing, but he's got it in control. Hobbs Kessler does the double. these national indoor titles. No stopping the 21-year-old.
What a great weekend for Hobbs Kessler. Again, he always kind of is behind in the shadows of Cole Hocker and Yard Naguse. He came into this meet with everyone looking at him, everyone expecting him to dominate this, and he really went out there and controlled it and got the job done. Big step up for him. He should get a lot of confidence for this.
Good run from Luke Hauser too. Finishes in the top 3 behind Sam Prakel. And this youngster here, as he keeps building his profile and his resume, just keeps doing exceptional things, Kara.
Yeah, and look at this. You know, you can tell he's digging, but he just has more. When he came off that bend, you could actually visually see him just have more in the tank. Right here, he actually starts to extend away here, and his knees are just lifting higher than everyone else. And I think that just is a lot of confidence. Obviously, such a strong athlete and such a talented athlete, and we're really seeing him come into his own. He realizes he's talented. He's learning how to race properly, and he is going to be someone to mess with in the future on the world stage.
And look, after yesterday's victory in the 3000, he said, you know what I'm really proud of? I've made global meet teams at 3 different distances, 800, 1500, 3000, and he's still only 21. That is huge. Hobbs Kessler, well done. Dual national champion at these titles, finishes ahead of somebody who knows what it means to do that, Sam Prakel, and Luke Hauser with a great run in 3rd. But time to hear from Hobbs Kessler with Lewis.
All right, Hobbs, what does it mean to get this double done in this weekend here?
Oh man, I'm so proud. The U.S. is the best middle distance country in the world. I'm so proud to win against these guys. They're the best in the world. I'm over the moon. Has been a really big weekend for my career.
Sorry to interrupt you, but you're leading the way. You told us you'd be working on tactics. Tell me about the decisions early on to take the lead, and how did you hold it all the way through the finish line?
Yeah, I was just feeling pretty anxious about, like, when am I going to take the lead? And it's just something, I don't know, I was feeling anxious about it. I was like, I'll just make the decision from the gun. I did a similar tactic at World Indoors last year that worked well, and I knew I was strong enough to hold any acceleration off. So just a way for me to simplify it. I knew they're going to attack. I'm strong enough to hold them off, and yeah, try to do it all the way to the line. I had no plans on giving up the lead from the gun.
Wow, and you did not. Hobbs, congratulations on a huge weekend. Double gold, double national championship.
Thanks, Lewis.
Big one for him.
If you're watching from Michigan, that's your guy.